Test 9, Section 8, Question 15. The question here has given us this figure, and the question wants us to know, in the figure above, B, C and E are the midpoints, Which of the following angles has the least measure? The question is talking about the least measure is for which of the angles. Answer choice A says angle XAY. Answer choice B says angle XBY. Answer choice C says angle XCY. Answer choice D says angle XDY. Answer choice E says angle XEY. Okay, let's see how do we answer this question. The figure here looks really scary. We need to find out which of these angles is least. So what we have to find out here is, and if you look at this question carefully, this question can be answered in a very simple way based on a very simple concept. What we have here is, all these angles start from X, goes till one of these points and come back to Y. So it starts from X, goes to B, comes back to A, starts from X, goes to A, comes back to Y, goes to C, comes back to Y, goes to D, comes back to Y, goes to E and comes back to Y. We are looking at all these angles, which of these is the smallest. So one thing that we have fixed here is an XY. So we have this line XY which is fixed as a straight line. Then it goes somewhere and from there it goes back to X. So let's see what happens. What we have is this angle is fixed and this is some point and it goes back to this. So this angle is a fixed angle of 90 degrees. We have this angle A and let's say this is angle B. What we need to find out is for which of these points A, B, C, D or E would B have the least possible value. So here there is a very simple concept that we are looking at. The concept is A plus B should add up to 90. Now if we make, one thing that we know is the angle opposite to the lengthiest side is bigger. So let's say we name this as A right now. So if we know that AY is more than XY, then the angle opposite to AY is A and angle opposite to XY is B. It tells me that A is more than B. How much more? I'm not sure, but it is more than B. Now if we put, let's say, a point B here and now we make an angle, which of these two lengths, now this becomes B, and if this B, would this be more than A or less than A? It would be less, and it would be even lesser because the length opposite to the angle B still remains the same, but the length opposite to angle A has become lengthier, which makes the angle also bigger. So this is the concept based here. So what we need here is, actually we just need to compare which of the lengths BY, AY, CY, DY or EY is the lengthiest of all. The one which has the lengthiest length here would have the smallest angle. What we clearly know is BY is less than AY, so I can eliminate angle XBY, that is not the smallest for sure. So B goes out. Now we look at the length AY and CY. Because C is a bit of a diagonal, so it tells us that CY has to be bigger than AY. If CY is bigger than AY, we can eliminate answer choice A, which is angle XAY. If we compare with DY and CY, we get to know that DY is bigger than CY because C is in the mid and D is at the extreme from Y, exactly opposite diagonal. So DY has to be bigger than CY, which eliminates angle XCY. We are left with either angle XDY or angle XEY here. Angle XDY would talk about the length YD or dy, and we have to compare it with EY. What we know is that dy is bigger than EY because D is exactly at a diagonal point, the furthest from Y, and E is still somewhere in the middle. So dy is bigger than EY, which tells us that angle XDY is the smallest out of all, and we can eliminate answer choice E. This is how this question has to be done, or the simplest concept to be used on this particular question is this, that as the length increases, the angle would decrease, and similarly we would get the values here. I hope every one of you have understood this. In case you have not, please refer to the introduction videos of triangles where you would get to know what we are talking about.